Hey YouTube, Kat here. If you haven't seen my first vlog, you probably should go see it. It's just an introduction. I'm going to go into a little bit of background before I start with probably the most important thing that's ever happened in my life. I was born and raised a middle child. For most of my childhood, I lived with my grandmother and my mother. Until my mom married when I was 15, and I asked him to adopt me. So then I had a dad, which was kind of cool, obviously. I never met my biological father, which is fine. But anyway, going on to the whole middle child thing, I fought for attention. My brother was the oldest bad child, and my sister was the baby. So to get the attention I needed, I pulled straight A's and was involved in just about everything I could get involved with. Attention is something I enjoy. So anyway, moving on. Let's start at 2015. At the beginning of the year, January, things were going really good. I mean, my husband and I had split in August the year before, and I was finally letting myself get out there again. Having been involved in all those things in high school, I was looking for something new to occupy my time, and not even really serious about it. When my friend posted that his band was looking for a singer, I was kind of like, how about a female that sounds like a guy? Because I've got that low voice, that raspy low voice, and ended up auditioning and getting it. And I gotta say that my time with the band was definitely a fun experience. I actually got up on stage and had my first concert and had a blast. But it was the next weekend that things started going downhill. It started off on a Friday and got a pain in my toe. It was really weird and it hurt. So I decided to take a couple hours off work on a Friday. I mean, it was a Friday, so, any excuse to take a couple hours off. But it was really bothering me, and so I just figured I'd put it up for the night and see how I felt the next day. Well, I wake up Saturday and was doing okay, and went shopping with my son, and by 1 o'clock, all my toes were hurting, like the whole ball of my foot and my toes were hurting, and I figured, well, it happened once. I put it up and it was fine, and so that night I put it up, and at 3 o'clock in the morning I woke up screaming in pain. It hurt so badly. And if I wouldn't have had my son, I probably would have gone to the ER that night. But I didn't want to call my mom and wake her up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch my kid. And it turned out to be something stupid. And the day I woke up and I went to the nearby clinic I go to when my doctor's closed. He noticed the discoloration. I mean, and they knew my history because my doctor was closed on weekends and on Wednesdays, so I'd been to that clinic quite a bit. For some reason, it always seemed like I got sick on a Wednesday. Really weird. Anyway, so he just figured I had hit it and bruised it and didn't feel it because of my neuropathy, because I'm diabetic. So he x-rayed it. Nothing was broken. Gave me Tylenol 3s, which usually knocked me out, and sent me home. That night, I took a Tylenol 3 and I went to bed, and 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up in pain again. So I took the next day off work, sent my kid off to school, and went in to see my own doctor. He took one look at it, didn't even charge me my copay, and said, go to the ER. So I called my mom on the way to the ER, told her I was going to the ER, and that, if I wasn't out in time, make sure she'd got my kid and everything was taken care of. When I got to the ER, they took one look at it and called the vascular surgeon, and vascular surgeon came down and took one look at it and said, I'm going to send you downtown and to the main hospital, and you're probably going to lose your foot. So when I got downtown, I don't remember much of the next 2 weeks. They found a plaque clot in my leg, and I just remember being in a lot of pain. they kept trying to warm my foot up because it was losing heat. It was really cold, and they had me on a lot of drugs, so I barely remember it. So for 4 days, they tried to break up the clot with medicine, not realizing it was a plaque clot rather than a blood clot. So it was April 23rd when they finally decided to give me the below-the-knee surgery. Like I said, I that 2 weeks is very hazy. I don't remember some visits. My cousin Will visited me. I don't remember that visit at all. I only know that it happened because his mom told me he visited. I had a visit from my friend Julene, who I only know visited because there was a text saying I'm on my way. I remember having a 20-minute conversation with somebody who wasn't there, and calling for my son before my mom told me he's at school. And I'm like, he's not in the bathroom? And she's like, no. But after about 2 weeks, they sent me back to the main hospital. Now, I have one funny story that happened while I was still at Maine. I don't know why I remember this other than the fact that it's funny and disgusting, and that I must have told the story a million times, but I was getting cocky, I still had my knee at the time, and they had a bedside commode next to my bed. And you're supposed to call the nurse so they can watch you, but that's all they do, is they sit there and watch and then empty the bedside commode. So I got a little cocky and stopped calling for the nurse, because why wait 20 minutes for a nurse to show up when I have to pee? So, I'm drugged. They had me on Dilaudid, oxycodone, whatever you want to call it, and methadone. I have no idea why they had me on methadone. I am not a drug addict, except for maybe cigarettes, and that could be why I was able to easily give up smoking after that. But anyway, back to the story. So I'm drugged up, and I'd stopped calling for the nurse, so I hop over the bedside commode to use it, and I realize that it's pretty full. Can't tell exactly how full though, because I'm still drugged. So I wasn't sure if I could still pee in it without overflowing. So I'm sitting on it, and I lean forward to hit the nurse call button, and me and the bedside commode just fell over. And obviously, as I said, it was pretty full. So it was pretty disgusting. But that's what you get for being cocky. So I remember the thunder of feet coming running for me, because I fell and I shook the floor. And and then I remember them putting me up on the bed. They must have drugged me again, because I don't remember anything after that. Like I said, they sent me back to the other hospital for rehab. I got a couple days of rehab there before things progressed. But I think this video is long enough now, and I'll continue the story of my amputation in the next video. So hopefully you enjoyed my funny little story. I try to keep my humor about everything as much as possible. Sometimes it's either laugh or cry, and I try to laugh, although there are plenty of times when I cry. I think that story is a good story to end on, so we'll end for now, and I will continue on about the above-the-knee surgery and everything after that in the next video. So hope you guys enjoyed the little funny story, and thanks for watching.